Yes, in a way, we don't have firebrands like Miriam Matembe for so many reasons. Some people are into activism for financial reasons. And while there were some genuine people who were really pushing the cause, of course, at that time, that was the point of focus. And even resources, international funding, grants, and projects were around women. Women's empowerment, women's equality, the girl child this, the girl child that. But of course, as people began to poke holes in the movement, specifically on individuals, but also the tides changed where the focus moved away from women because there was a feeling that they've achieved substantially, and the debate on social justice moved more to aspects of diversity, and not diversity as we would commonly appreciate it in our context, but diversity to actually do with same-sex relationships, the hers and his and LGBT. That is where the focus seemed to be. So people who were in the cause for money automatically pulled out because it was no longer commercially viable to be a feminist. No more international conferences with the full board, someone paying your tickets, your visa and everything for you to go to New York and come back. There was a lot of that. So some people were just in the movement for the perks that came with it. Some people were in the movement but never fully appreciated what it means, the sacrifices you have to make, and what it actually means to fight for social justice. Appreciating the policies and provisions and laws that govern this social justice, and how to use these laws and policies to then fight your cause. So when there is a slight shake, they fall on the wayside. And that's why I often give the example of the current parliament. How well do they know legislation? How prepared are they to be in these special spaces? And the fact that they did not struggle to even get these positions. There's affirmative action, there is a ticket for a woman, and the electoral college style they used to vote these women, they will openly tell you you're not accountable. We are not accountable they are not accountable to us women. Many times women have tried to demand from these women parliamentary women certain things, certain positions. They said, no, we are not accountable to you because of the way they are voted into parliament. Women do not vote women representatives. Everyone in the district will vote women's representative, and the most active people in these electoral colleges are men. So you find that they are more worried on how people in their district, the men in their district, perceive them that way they can vote them again. The problematic one, they will not vote them again because they did not represent their culture, their voice, their perception of the district. They are trying to represent women activists. So that is one of the reasons that has gone down. But also some of these very vocal women activists, or those who try to be vocal, there's always something about their personal life that contradicted what they were speaking about. Some of us talked about promoting monogamy and where there's polygamy, but you find that we are the home wreckers, yes? Going and, whichever way these relationships start to happen, but you'll find that we would go and engage with married men knowing they are married and they have a family, but in public we are saying don't allow polygamy. But you're engaging in polygamy, not even as someone's first wife, but someone's third, fourth wife. But here you're speaking about women's rights, women's rights, women's rights. I'll give you so many examples. A lot of women spoke against domestic violence. And it doesn't mean that if you speak against the domestic violence, you don't experience it. The issue is that how they then challenge, how they approach. Because we are busy telling the other women, if he beats you, do this, take him to police. I don't accept this. But for me, Patricia, when I'm beaten, I want to push it under the carpet. When my husband sleeps with a maid or sleeps with an underage girl under my care, I push it under the carpet. But I want other women to speak against their husband, to have their husbands arrested, to do what? So when people find this about me, we lose credibility. So we are no longer believable. When people realize that when real issues, sometimes real issues, pertinent issues that touch women happen, and all of us hide behind the carpet, behind the curtains. There's a woman raped who was jogging in the morning Not even a single women's organization puts out a statement or speaks against it. The king is marrying an underage girl because culturally they're supposed to prepare a woman like this for them. Despite that, a lot of these activists actually come from the central. But when there was such a scenario, we were nowhere to be seen. When Stella Nyanzi, despite being controversial, is speaking about rights of women to this, and this has been done to a certain woman, and there's a legal provision that protects this woman, we are nowhere to be seen. FIDA is not there, Uganda Media Women Association is not there, I don't know you will UNED, all these women associations are not nowhere to be seen. The question is, what do we stand for? And it is okay to evolve with the times. Okay, we have evolved because the issues have changed. How have the issues changed? Yeah? So what is our new position? Do women need sanitary pads? Should there be a tax on it or not? We are nowhere to be seen. But we know women suffer from these challenges. We find other people are the ones pushing for these issues. But also being an activist, there's a time it was trendy to be an activist. But what does it mean to be an activist? An activist of what?